I'll say this now because it's on.
Okay.
We actually got married to Nothing Else Matters. We walked down the aisle to that, and we used like we used like a violin version, obviously, but it made me think of the album S&M. Are you guys? Would you ever consider? I guess my wedding put me in that mindset. Like, would you ever consider doing another S&M type album with the orchestra? And
we never say no.
Yeah.
Stuff shows up at the right times a lot of times, and you think, wow, okay, just like that did when it did. Michael came and came to us and said, hey, I got this idea. So it was a blast. It was awesome. It was pretty nerve-wracking.
it seems like it would be a lot of work. I mean, because it's not too easy to get a whole orchestra and then not even to scale you guys down, but to make it all work.
It was a lot of, well, obviously we had a conductor for a reason, and he was putting the whole thing together, but just trying to figure out how these parts work together. What can they do? I mean, the string section couldn't hear themselves, I remember, because we were as low as we could play, actually, too.
Right.
But it was a great adventure, and stuff like that comes up, and I don't know if we do it again. I mean, everything's charted out. We could probably do it again somewhere in honor of him, because he's passed away now. But we got to do, I think it was 5 shows, 4 at least.
Yeah.
The 2 in Berkeley. We did a London. We did one in Germany, and then one in New York.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It's just pretty amazing to have that tie-in, which is why when we got married, I was like, it's like perfect. It's just the perfect song. And I'm like, I don't know what our parents would feel about the original version of us going down the aisle, but we did do the violin version. So thank you for being a part of our wedding. We would have had you there, but we didn't have that much money to pay for it.
That's all right. Yeah, playing the song is only $100, so you can pay me on the way out.
Here we go. There we go. Yeah, right. So what I wanted to say, because you think about being able to sit down with you, every Metallica fan have their own Metallica moment. Everyone's like, what are you going to ask him? What are you going to say? I can't really do an interview for everybody else because I have my own, personal moments. And I mean, I was born a Metallica fan, but it was the moment when Some Kind of Monster came out. Maybe because I messed up, or I don't know, but it was pretty interesting. I was shocked because, you guys opened up that curtain and let so much so much feelings. There's so many emotions and stuff, and maybe that's why I connected with it differently, because I was like, wow, because in your head as a fan, even you think, oh, they have a perfect life, but they wake up, sleep on money, just write a song in 2 seconds, take a nap on more money. So to see that there were real life problems and real issues, and it was work, it was like a job, it really connected me. Do you still look back on that? And do you ever talk to Phil? Is Phil still around? Does anybody call Phil?
Haven't seen him in quite a while.
Right.
I mean, me and my family have moved out of California, but I think he was still in the Bay Area and trying to do his coaching stuff with some other people that he had hooked up with while living in California. All that stuff was so at the right time. It was exactly when we needed it.
It was almost like that dam was about to break, and it was holding on by like a string. It was amazing to watch.
Well, the way that all came together was pretty interesting, because I think it was actually through Tom Morello, from Rage. When they weren't doing so good, and I don't know if they want me talking about this, but
Right.
I think they were trying to get some help, and someone through management was talking with him about this life coach kind of idea, and getting some neutral being in there.
Well, it's
to
kind of
let
like a
everyone-
marriage. In a marriage you need that mediator. It's like maybe sometimes you need somebody to come in completely neutral. That's kind of how I...
Well, true. I mean, it's true. At that point, we were going through a divorce with Jason.
Right.
He was on his way to do something else. So it was super helpful. When I look back, it was a lot of work. There was a lot of work put into it. But, just like a marriage, you got to put the work in, and then you get the benefits from it. Same with these relationships. Same with our band. And we've learned that you got to care. You have to care for it.
Right.
Not just care about it. You have to care for it as well. And you put the work in, and now that we've done all the real hard work, maintaining it is important, but it's a lot easier. It's just become kind of a way of life.
Could you guys even, as a band now, could you even imagine it without Robert in the band? It seems like such a great piece to the puzzle that no one ever thought would be so perfect. I guess as a fan, I have to talk like a fan because I don't. Could you imagine it without him right now?
We were just talking about this the other day in the car. Well, actually, we just played the Native Fund in Iowa.
Right, I saw that.
And I don't know what Robert was doing on his solo thing that night, but afterwards I just went up to him and I said, dude, that was awesome. I don't know what you did different, but it was so clear, precise, and so good. And he's like, oh, thanks. It's just a cool little thing. Because I'm, at that point, he's doing a solo. I'm trying to get my shit together.
Right.
Breathe and stuff like that as an old dude. But just talking about how Robert, who else could it be? I mean, there were a few people we auditioned. I know there, it might have worked out with other people, but it's hard to find people that are, say, your age, kind of your upbringing musically, obviously, ability-wise. They've been on the road. That It's not like you're bringing some kid out for his first time and it's, oh my God, he's going through all the stuff that you did, 25 years ago. He's got kids, he's married. It just gelled.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's still gelling. I mean, and his personality is probably one of the best, contributions I think to the band, because he's so chill, he's so up for anything. He's always in there rehearsing.
Yeah.
And so he does fit in. He's got his own superpowers, so we all kind of.
He sure does have his own superpowers. Well, we were broadcasting live yesterday. These pop-up stores are absolutely amazing. Like, I mean, I don't know whose brain. It seems like such a simple idea, but man, you could feel the energy in the city on Thursday. People were just amped, and then it opened Friday, and we're like, is anybody gonna stop by? And I was like, it would be so dope if like Robert was like incognito, like a secret shopper, and nobody knew he was there. And we were looking at everybody because we're in Houston, so a lot of people look like Robert here. And I was like, he's not here. But these pop-up stores are fantastic. Do you guys show up to each of them in the city? Do you go to every city with the pop-up store, or do you?
No, it's a weekend thing. It makes sense that it's a weekend thing. During the week, it just doesn't work as well. So when we're doing a weekend show, having a place set up for more than one day.
Right.
You set it. Get in there Thursday, open up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's a cool hang, and it's kind of like we wanted it to feel a bit like that's your hang, or your when I was a kid, the record store. Where's all the other fans? Where's all the other fans of my kind of music? You go to the record store and hang out,
That's exactly what it felt like. People were, flipping through vinyls, and we're buying T-shirts, and we bought stuff. And I almost bought the $500 Metallica cooler, but I was like, oh God, I'll have to wait on that.
Isn't it wacky? I mean, never in my imagination or dreams would I be thinking that we'd be selling stuff that expensive,
a $500 cooler.
That we got a pretty wide spectrum of fans.
Yeah.
So you throw stuff out there, you make stuff exclusive, and there's some fans that really love to collect stuff and are really dedicated, and so you want to have something out there for everybody.
Hardwired to Self-Destruct it was a massive album and so good, and there's one song that I guess I like playing the most. It's Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Hardwired, it's so fierce. I'm like, it's like doing cardio and all you have to do is sit there. Like, your heart will physically throw out of your body. And I know many people we as fans interpret songs our own way. And that, to me, I felt was like some big fuck you. For even past shit, people doubting, other albums. That's what I always say. I'm like, it's a big middle finger, like, to everybody, because it's bringing your A game. You guys are like on a different level on that song. What is the initial concept, I guess, of that song in particular?
Well, the initial concept was, we need a fast song to open this record.
Was fast.
All right? And it was the last song written, so lyrically it kind of sums up a lot of all the lyrics I was trying to put together. And It's a little more blatant. It's a little more rude.
Right.
But I think it works, and I love playing it live. It's I know, as Lars could contest, it's not the easiest opening song, but once you're past that, it's like, all right, we can kind of play anything at this point.
Seriously, when you watch a Metallica show, it's like either Lars's head or your heads are just gonna pop right off your body. I'm like, the stamina is insane. Listen, the album's great. It was an honor to sit here. I could talk to you for hours, but he's gonna yank me out with a hook. So thank you very much for your time.
Appreciate the support. Thanks a lot.
It was amazing. Thank you.